guy too. I liked him. I liked him plenty. But this is a bullshit move. I mean, it's a free market, whatever. But God bless him. I mean, you saw him having pizza in the neighborhood, right?
Yes.
But this is a fucking dog shit move. Dog shit.
I don't understand why you
What is up, Watch fam? I'm Christian, the curator of the Theo and Harris Watch Shop.
I'm Michael, and this video is sponsored by Blissy. Stop sleeping on cotton pillowcases and get silk.
Talk more about them later.
Yes.
Okay, so today we're talking about Dave Portnoy, Barstool Presidente's new watch brand, Brick Watch Company.
Which is, it's
a bad way to spend $2,500.
I was a horrible way. You could buy Michael Kors and spend your money better.
There's a much better way to spend $2,500. This video is not sponsored by Nomos, but I just got this watch in for review. They're not paying for this spot at all. I just adore this watch. This is their new limited edition with Hodinkee.
Yes.
So that's how you really know we're not being paid, because
we're literally advertising someone else.
I legitimately think this is a very cool watch. We'll talk more about this later. But let's get into this.
A much better way to spend your money, even if it's a little bit more than this brick. Dramatically.
It's not. I don't even know if it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Wow. You're getting ripped off so. There was plenty of points Christian kept saying to me during this. You know what's messed up? And I wasn't letting him get into it. So I want you to just take me on the ride of Dave Portnoy's Brick Watch Company.
Okay. Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool, who I'll talk in depth about in a second, has been teasing his new watch brand for the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
And people have been actually DMing me, like sending me, links to his tease.
Okay, sure.
Like, oh, I hope it's good, I hope it's good, I hope it's good. Doubt it will be, but I hope it's good. I said, okay, well, I know it won't be good. Not because of Dave, just because, pleasing the watch community is a very difficult task.
Even watchmakers from the 1800s have trouble doing it many times.
Exactly. So,
I don't like that the loom is yellow.
Dave and Barstool, I'm going to go rough on you in a little bit, but I think I'm going to go fair on you.
Yes.
But it's difficult, right? This is hard.
I will say I did see you in town here getting pizza. That was awesome.
I live in Westfield. Michael was driving through on North Avenue and saw you at Nola Pizza. I like Nola.
I was in a white
You gave him a
Camry.
7.9.
Really?
They gave me some. They're good. I mean, first of all, 7.9's not a bad score for Portnoy.
Sure.
But I think the pizza's good. Good local pie.
It's Italian man. Well, is Portnoy Italian?
Portnoy's. I think he's Jewish.
Really?
Yeah. Whoever heard of a Jew eating pizza? No, I'm just kidding. That's what my grandfather would say. He would have said rating pizza.
We should have just had Tito.
Whoever heard of a Jew rating pizza? Yeah. But no, he does great reviews. Dave, you're good at pizza.
Yeah, so many good videos there.
Yes. Okay. So he posted. Now he finally announced the brand, Brick Watch Company. Brand speak always earned. Okay, fine. He also, not great brand speak.
Yeah, don't put it on the watch.
But he released a video, a full 5-minute video, which I watched yesterday morning when he announced the brand, explaining the whole story. Okay,
sure.
And
I have not. I know nothing.
Yes, I will tell you the whole story.
Thank you.
Long story short, 10 years into Barstool, he sold half the company. He ended up walking away with like $5 million. Okay.
Sure.
So he wanted to spend a couple bucks, a couple shekels, right? Mm-hmm. So he goes to Rolex and he's going to go buy, he said it was like a $25,000 or $35,000 watch, right?
Okay.
So
sure.
Whatever, presumably a gold Rolex.
Yes.
And as he's buying it, which of course you can afford, right? If you got $5 million, you have every right to go spend $25,000 on a watch. Mm-hmm. He got a little bit of buyer's remorse before he even slid the credit card. And he said, you know what? I don't know.
It's an expensive watch.
It's an expensive watch.
Sure.
Fuck it. He went and bought a Bronco instead. He said the Bronco was a big pain in the ass.
Yes, here's a picture of it on his site.
Yes, but it's part of the story. Okay, fine. Now, moving forward, he still obviously was running Barstool. He ended up selling another big portion of the company. He ended up making a bunch of money.
Yes.
And then he decided to launch a watch brand.
Brick
and the
watch company.
whole idea was he wanted to produce a watch brand for him, right? For the sort of person that wants a high-quality wristwatch, but doesn't particularly care about the brand status, right? They don't need to buy Rolex, so they're looking for a budget-friendly, value-packed watch at a price point that is luxury but fair, right?
Sure.
$2,500.
Yes.
$2,500.
You go out to dinner with a lady. She knows this brand. She knows it's not a Rolex, but this is not a Timex. This is a nice watch.
Right. Yes. And even if it's not going to get recognized by someone else, I'm wearing a quality wristwatch. I'm wearing a quality piece that I earned. I like that idea, right? I think that's really good. I don't like it on the dial, but I do like the idea of money's really fucking hard to make, and if you've ever made it, you know how hard. And even if you haven't been able to make a lot of it, you certainly know how hard it is to fucking make.
Yes.
And because it's hard to make, you should spend it wisely, and you should spend it on things that not only you've earned, but that have earned your business back.
Sure.
I like that narrative.
They work hard for your money. Classic Christian speak. Look at
cool shit, Dave. I'm in, right? I'm a big Barstool fan.
I love your pizza talk.
I would have loved for us to be your podcast, right? To be the Watch Podcast.
I would have loved for you to stop me when you saw me in my car and said, I love your videos, Michael.
Big Barstool fan.
Thanks, Dave.
100%. I think it's a great story, right? Dave Portnoy's story is fucking great, and he's putting it into this product. I'm all behind it.
Sure. Yes.
But the watch is where he started to lose people, and the watch community is a nutcase community.
The watch community, we work so hard to make videos for them, and they still hate us.
They fucking hate us.
us.
So it's not fucking easy.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the watch is where the heat came in, not the story. So before we tell you about the watch, let's do a quick message from our sponsor. Okay, so for argument's sake,
sure,
I have a cotton pillowcase. Tell me why. Help me why it's wrong.
Well, the actual structure of cotton catches your hair and pulls it out and makes it a little frizzy and doesn't treat your hair as nice as silk would, which is why Blissy is so nice, because it is very smooth. It doesn't snag or catch or frizz or add static to your hair. It also stays cool for a very long time. It's temperature regulating. Silk was used in war as undergarments for soldiers.
That was the big thing, right? I actually don't have a cotton pillowcase because I transferred over to Blissy 6 months ago or so.
Yep.
And that was the big thing for me. Obviously, there were benefits so far as your skin, but we'll talk more about that in a second.
Sure,
but for me, the huge selling point was laying down on a cool pillow at night.
Yeah.
That was it, right? When your face hits it and after a long day and you just got that cool, like it's not ice cold, but it's just a cool pillow, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that feeling is insane.
You invest in a mattress. You have to think about everything going up. So you have to invest in a mattress that's cooling.
Yes.
And then you don't want to stop the cooling at the sheets by cotton's fine, but it's not regulating. And then it goes all the way up to comforters and duvets. But sheets are the groundwork to it all.
Exactly.
And or more specifically, pillowcases are the groundwork to it all. And if you want to try this out, Blissy has a 60-day money-back guarantee.
Literally a no-brainer offer. I highly suggest you take advantage of this offer from Blissy. You can't lose, first of all, and number two, while they are basically guaranteeing that you'll have the same experience, I'm telling you, on a personal level, fantastic product. I have a rough day. I have a lot of rough days like you. And
Today.
I don't know about you, but when I'm having a rough day, I just think to myself, I cannot wait to get into bed tonight. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to go to bed.
Yeah.
And Blissy has made it even more, like made that feeling even more. I can't wait to go into the comfort, of my bed and put my face on that cool pillow. I know it sounds stupid, but it really is true. That's a happy place for me and for a lot of people. And I think that you need to invest in that happy place and invest there through Blissy. So thank you, Blissy, for sponsoring today's video.
Yeah, the holidays are coming up, so buy some for you, buy some for others.
Yep.
Can't think of a gift for anyone? Then definitely check out Blissy. They have over 80,000 verified 5-star reviews and 1 million Blissy customers and counting.
And deservedly so. Fantastic product.
So if you're interested in trying out Blissy, check out the link in our description for one heck of a discount. That discount right now is 45% store-wide if you use our coupon. So make sure you place your orders by December 16th to ensure your gift arrives in time for Christmas. All orders placed before December 16th will arrive in perfect time. So good luck. Get that 45% off.
Thank you to Blissy. Watch, independent of price, is not as well designed as it could have been.
Right.
Period.
Right.
It is very simplistic.
Yep.
There could have been more work that went into basically all of the details. This does look, while nice and clean, most of the watches here do look like they could have been designed by any other one of like the big box, kind of like, Michael Kors budget.
There's no differentiating
watch companies.
factor.
So I will give you, so far as comps on design, I got to comp you at Michael Kors, right?
And I will say, Michael Kors does very well.
Well, Michael Kors stole a lot of Rolex stuff too, but yes, they also did their own thing.
But that's where I could see from, a brand perspective or whatever, you were probably like, well,
Right.
that works.
Right.
You know?
Now, he has 2 watches in 2 different sizes. He has the chronograph and he has the classic. Okay.
Yes. The Chrono Diver 22, Classic 22.
Right. They're both priced at $2,400. They come in 42 millimeters and 38 millimeters, and a couple of dial variations. They have salmon, they've got blue, they've got white, they've got silver, they've got all black. I don't like the all black. That's just a matter of taste.
Yep.
I do think that the salmon and the blue are the nicest. I don't think that you're far off from having a cooler designed watch.
Yep.
I think that a better date execution would have
100%.
helped it.
Yep.
I think that maybe a slightly more interesting case or bracelet would have helped it. I don't think you're that far off. Well, you do lose me.
Yep.
Is it the price? $2,400 is a competitive price point.
A
$2,400.
very competitive price point.
100%. There are brands out there like Nomos and other brands that are very, very famous, right? That do deliver to everyone, to the mass market, a hell of a lot of value. They've got their own designs. They've got their own movements. There's everything from beginning to end is non-generic.
Exactly.
A lot of these brands also have a very rich history connecting them to historic events, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of value around $2,400. So you're playing a little bit in a bigger boys league, I think, than you should be or you could be.
Yes.
Now, what separates this from its design, right? What separates, because the quality is on a different level than its design comps.
Yep.
Because if I'm design comping you at Michael Kors, you are better than Michael Kors.
Of course.
You're using, I think, Solita movements.
Yep, that's correct.
And
then I think sorry to interrupt you, I think the Chrono Diver is
These are Mega Quartz, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Ronda
StarTech, Mega Quartz.
So while I only comp you design-wise in the Michael Kors category, which is basically sub $500, the quality of construction, and I haven't held one of these watches, but I'm just talking about the specs. I'm just talking about the Solita and the Ronda movements.
Yep.
I'm comping you, at you're the luxury version of Michael Kors, and for $500 you can have a watch that looks like this but is a piece of shit, and I'll spend double on yours.
To me, I'll
spend a full 1,000, maybe 1,200, maybe stretch to the mass market to 1,400 because there are a lot of people out there that want to buy a Barstool thing.
This to me is a watch that is comped like a Michael Kors, or looks like a Michael Kors or whatever, but it's one of the ones where you're like, okay, well the screws are real, and not obviously just the screws, but you're like, okay, it's a Solita movement, it can get serviced,
right? It's
meant to come back apart,
yeah.
But other than that, I'm not convinced by too much.
Yes, again, I like it at 1,000. I think that you could charge $1,500, and I certainly wouldn't criticize you.
Yep.
I want you to make as much money as possible, clearly. But no, at $2,400, I gotta side with the rest of the internet angry mob and say that you were a little too audacious. He announced that 10% of all sales are going to not the Barstool Fund, but the Brick by Brick Fund, which is going to support small businesses.
Okay.
So take $240 off of that, and now you're down to $210.50.
Yeah.
So okay, you're to $21.50.
Yep.
Okay, still. It's still a lot of money. You're still about $500, I think, or $700,
right?
Which is not an insignificant percentage overpriced.
Exactly.
You're still pretty off.
Which is a lot of people would probably be like, I'll just take the cheaper watch and give money myself,
yeah.
or I'll just take the cheaper watch and not give money myself.
Yeah,
I don't want it built in.
Yeah, right. I don't particularly want to be generous. If you want to make a donation out of your end, make a donation of your end. I don't particularly want to pay an extra 10% for your donation, right?
Right.
He's catching a lot of shit. I think it's valid, unfortunately. God bless him.
To me, what's interesting? I think you would catch flack either way, even if you made a banging watch. Some people just wouldn't like it.
Yes.
But to me, the integration with Barstool, well, it's not really integrated, but you know what I mean. Portnoy has his name on it. Everybody knows. Everybody's like, oh, let me go see his watch. I think to have such a generic, unbranded website in that regard works against you, at least in the beginning. Like, I don't see Dave. These look like very just regular photos of like a generic watch. Like, play with your audience for a little bit.
I
like,
agree.
This is me. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me doing the watch review. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that yes. If I was on the marketing team for this, and we could have been, so you should have probably called us to help you with the launch. But what I probably would have done is taken the narrative that Dave put out on social media, which I think was it was perfectly native, right? The post that he made on Facebook was perfect for Facebook.
Yep.
I do think that it would be super unprofessional on the website. He obviously put it out in text below, but I do think a video version, a well produced, highly produced video version of that story, where he's the narrator, really seeming very genuine, telling his story, and maybe convincing me to bite the bullet and kind of feel a little bit of ownership in the Brick by Brick Fund, feel like a member of the team.
I feel like
I think that he would do a little bit better. I don't think this is going to be a huge success. I think that this will be a failure.
I do think, I would agree fully, but I just think fade away your image after the launch.
Yeah.
But I do think this should have been like, this is the Barstool watch for a little bit, because everybody at this moment, obviously Barstool is here to stay, I would assume. Everybody at this moment associates Portnoy with Barstool very, very highly, and he's the guy promoting it, and he's the guy talking about it. So if I click on that link, 100%. I want to see like, oh, okay, this fits exactly. This is golf with the guys. We see all the Barstool guys at golf.
Yeah.
This is these funny things. This is this sports commentary. Like, integrate it really heavily
100%.
and don't make it look like you pulled up a pretty basic design and we're like, here you go.
And also in that kind of content strategy, I would have said what Rolex was able to do that no one's been able to do since is be the watch that is earned, right?
Of course, yeah.
When you reach a height, you buy a Rolex. That's what you do.
Exactly.
And I think it's interesting because he is taking the same approach, but he could have taken it in a digital storytelling way, maybe by kind of in a serious and an earnest way, gifting a few of these watches to Barstool employees
that have earned.
Not to say he hasn't given out these watches,
of course,
but to
market it that way,
to market the narrative of this is what I give to people who have earned something.
Even if he did 10 in solid gold that he gifted.
Yeah, right.
Nuts.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think there's a couple of missed opportunities on the marketing front. I do think they're too expensive. From a quality standpoint, I mean, listen, at $1,000, it's cool. At $1,500, you're paying for brand.
Yep.
At $2,400, you lost me, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. You're paying for Barstool.
You're paying. It's a little bit of arbitrage. There's one more part of the story that I haven't told you yet, which is just fucking brutal.
Really?
Yeah. Again, Dave, sorry. I just, again, watch people. Watch people are very hard to please.
Yes.
And a lot of brands work very hard to please them, and Nomos is one of them. And Nomos is a German manufacturer from Glashütte, Germany, and they just released this Club New York edition. There are 4 different models. We have one right here, and it's released in collaboration with Hodinkee. I think it's a fantastic looking watch. This is an in-house movement made by Nomos. The design is original. The typeface is original. Everything about these watches was developed by them. There was nothing plug and play about it. And we'll get into plug and play stuff in a little bit. Unfortunately, that's where we're headed with this conversation. Again, fantastic watch. Yeah, I think it's absolutely beautiful.
That's such a brilliant move. I have the Club in 37, which is an automatic movement. This being a manual wind is amazing.
It is, and I like how they even put the New York stamp on the dial. Did you see it? Flip it over. Right below, see, they did a really tasteful New York branding. They did a great job. Comes with a complimentary velour leather strap in gray.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
These watches are fantastic. They're limited edition, limited to 75 units per colorway, and there are 4 colorways as we said before.
Yeah.
They have Sienna, which is the yellow, Pacific, which is the blue, Terracotta, which is the red, and then Reseda, which is the green. These are awesome watches. I think they're fantastic. One area that I'm going to point you to, Dave, is again talking about not just originality of design, but also supremacy of design. Look at the execution of the date window. I know this sounds stupid, but that takes time and costs money to develop that. And when you're selling something for
this is $2,250,
and when you're selling something for $2,250, yes, Nomos actually undercut you by $150. The customer is going to expect details like that. They're
Yes.
paying for thoughtful design, not just original design, but thoughtful design, superior design. The integration of the date window is not awkward at all. It is completely legible, like yours, maybe even more legible, but the color is matching. The window itself is carved out
font
well.
is thicker.
The font is thicker. Nothing about this is cheap. It's
Wow.
again, I feel bad because I really do love Dave Portnoy. I really do love Barstool. I'm a big gambler myself, and I use your site.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
What's supposed to be?
I'm a fucking degenerate. All right, David? All right, fucking David. But the reality is that if people, if the people that you're reaching have seen what other brands will do for their $2,200, they're going to choose the other brands over yours. So
Always,
Dave
yes.
Portnoy, unfortunately, is going to have to be targeting people that are a little bit unaware, people that really don't know what's out there,
Yes.
what another brand will do. And I'm not talking about looking for like super obscure artisanal, things, I'm not talking
Google.
about, it's just like going on
It's a
Google,
Google
and
search,
going
yeah.
to, these companies are not small. These companies aren't little startups, they're not little houses
Nomos
in
comes
Germany.
up right away, right?
They're deca $1 million companies, they're $100 million companies or $200 million companies, so they're not small. Some of them are even $1 billion companies that do this.
Exactly.
So it's not like it's not like the big guy versus a bunch of little. No, it's a lot of other guys do this and they're doing a great job.
Right.
And
they don't put always earned on the dial.
they don't put always on the dial, which I do think is a little stupid.
I do think so too. Wow, that is a great looking watch. Real quick, wow, you should just.
Do you think that the 36 is better? This is the 38.
Wow, that
I
just
recently
fits you
ordered.
so well.
I recently ordered
I
a
know you did.
36.
Wow, I don't know anymore.
I just got an almost myself.
I have two, so I love Nomos, but wow, that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe just buy that from Nomos. Wow, dude, I don't know anymore. Christian has a club in 36 in pink.
Pink.
Which is fantastic. That one looks great on your wrist, but this looks really nice on your wrist.
It does. Yeah. I love Nomos. I think they're
And this has the
phenomenal
addition of a
watches.
date.
It does. And they did a great job with Hodinkee on this. Again, Hodinkee, massive company. There's not going to be a lack of awareness about watches like this. This is not
And there's
obscure.
less and less of a lack of awareness literally every day with the watch world.
Exactly. So fantastic job to Nomos. Thank you so much for sending us this watch for review. You guys know how much we love you. We literally think the world of you. You work so hard to earn the business of your clients,
And you're
you deserve
so
it.
nice.
And you're
You're
so
so
fucking
nice.
The
Oh
marketing
my
people at Nomos
God.
are so nice. We love them.
nice.
So anyway, again, this was not a paid review. We just wanted to
Say thank you to Nomos,
say
truly.
Exactly. So
The bad news.
what we talked about here, the phrase that I used was plug and play.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
Nothing about a Nomos is plug and play. Everything is original. Everything is well thought out, well conceived, etc. They're working very hard for the $2,200. Nothing's plug and play. Somebody on the internet did some digging,
Oh no.
because as people do on the internet, if you take a shit, man,
yeah.
oh
Oh, yeah.
my God, and they drew the very logical route from Brick Watch Company
Sure.
right to the American Watch Company, which is just a manufacturer that like you literally just submit an order online for watches that are labeled with your name. Yeah. So it's private label watch branding.
Wow. Wow. Wait, go. They have a Submariner fake with
Yeah.
AWC on top.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So they'll make whatever you want. Of course, it's very generic.
Of course.
And
They're printing dials.
They're printing dials basically. A lot of MVMT looking things. Priced to fit every budget. And ultimately they figured it out because their address is the warranty address for
Oh
Company.
boy! Did they say how much a custom one costs?
No, you'd have to submit an inquiry, so no. But
Yikes.
this is not.
This is embarrassing.
This is not luxury watchmaking. This
At
is
all.
not what $2,400 gets you. It's just not.
Wow.
It's just not. I'm sorry. It's
Right.
just
There's
not.
so much you can get at that point.
Yes.
You can get a whole collection better at that point.
I know. So that's the point. Again, Dave is very aggressive, so he may see, if he does see this, he may just think I'm a all. And if
I
that's
love
the case,
that.
then I don't
That'd be
want to
insane.
fight.
Are you kidding? I don't know. We'd never fight, but I'd be
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I know, but the reality is that how about this? How about the silver lining is if too many people buy these watches, and I don't like that because that means that those sales are not going to brands that are working harder for them,
Sure.
right? In the brands that are not the brands that are delivering a better watch,
Sure.
but. Maybe the Brick by Brick Fund will be this beautiful thing, and I'm sure it will be, like the Barstool Fund was in supporting businesses through COVID. I'm actually a big fucking fan. So
I don't think this isn't a shot.
but you have to be critical,
Right.
know?
This isn't a shot at intentions. This is a shot at executions. Being like, this just
Yes.
wasn't done well.
I also think I got the only thing that I think that Dave and his team didn't really think through because they were trusting the manufacturer with the watch.
Of course.
I think what they didn't think through, they just didn't bring in a watch consultant.
Exactly.
Like, they could have shot out emails to like the 5 guys on YouTube and just been like, hey, can you come and take a look at this? Like, I don't want you to be a
Can I send you
promo,
this
like-
watch?
Right, like what do you think? Like where are we f***ing up? Where are we going wrong?
Right.
We don't need your huge backlash. Is there anything we can learn from you? And they would have learned. I think they would have learned.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have gotten the hate that they are getting. So that's it. Davey Page views. Sorry, bud. I've rooted for you in all of your f***ing wars against other people,
Yes.
including that f***ing cunt from HBO. I hated that f***ing guy. I
have no idea what that is.
It's great. It's great.
No idea.
Yeah, big
hours of entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't watch too much of your stuff, but there's a pizza review where there's like people popping out of everywhere. And
that was the
I
best.
showed you. I
Yeah,
crack
it's
up
the best.
at. So yeah.
Yeah, but sorry, buddy. Your fucking watch sucks.
Oh
At $2,400,
God.
your watch sucks.
Oh my god.
That sucks. I
that
hate being the
sucks.
bearer of bad news,
But
but it is what it is.
it is called the 22, so maybe the 23 is going to be wild.
Oh yeah, the next year's model. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's a long-term thing, and they'll get better and better, and that's looked at as
Maybe it's a tactic. Well, these are terrible.
It's
okay,
not a tactic.
but look what we released now. He orders 3. I mean, these are all on the website. None of these are real. These are all 3D mock-ups.
yeah.
There's not these on his wrist, I guess, are.
Yeah.
But they're really all just computer generated. So maybe it's a Ponzi scheme.
No, thanks for getting me sued.
yeah.
I own the company,
I'm kidding.
so this fucking guy
I'm kidding.
is
I'm
not
kidding.
a Ponzi
I'm
scheme.
kidding. It's nice to see you in New Jersey.
Yeah.